Ladies and gentlemen of the media, welcome to the Orlando Pirates versus Ovid College post-match press conference. We are joined by the away team head coach, Coach Pogiso. Welcome to Coach.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Coach, if you may just give us a brief summary of the match from your perspective.
I think we had a good game plan where we didn't want to allow the centre back to have more of the ball, especially building from the back, because we know in terms of those diagonal balls, they can pinpoint their wingers. So we say let's press them high, and every time let's impose the game to them. I think the boys did really well, especially first half. Second half, after we lost was it Claude, I think that's where we lost our defensive organization, because immediately after Claude went out, I think we conceded from that mistake. I think it was a lapse of concentration, but I think the boys played very well. I'm very proud of them, especially coming from the loss 3-0 loss against Kukuni. Nobody gave us a chance today. Maybe some of you expected us to get 8, but I'm happy the boys applied themselves very well.
Thank you, Coach. We're now open for questions from the floor. As per norm, by show of hands, please identify yourself as well as the media company you represent prior to asking your questions. Are there any questions for Coach Pogiso?
Good evening, Coach. Mark Gleason. I wanted to ask you 2 questions, if I may. What is your ambition for the season in terms of, is it just staying up, or you have higher ambitions? And I'd like you to give us the secret, give us Batsy's secret to be playing at such an age, 90 minutes in a game like this.
Retain the status. We cannot say that we want to win the league, or we cannot say that we want to be on the top 8. Our priority is to make sure that this team retain the status and stay in the Betway Premier League. Batsy, it's all about the lifestyle, the discipline. He doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink, so he trains. And now the way he conducts himself, I think he can play until 45, because we also help in terms of training. We've got a special training for him where sometimes we give him 2 days off, so he can always come back from 2 days, 2 day -1 before the game. And I think the secret is all about training well and make sure that he stay healthy and disciplined.
Bernard Songs, ESPN Africa. I read a couple of interviews you did before the start of the season where you mentioned you wanted to coach in the top flight while also keeping your job at DFET College, I believe as an IT manager. Are you going ahead with that, and how's it going, if so?
I'm still doing it because I'm still the IT manager. I'm still coaching. I'm coaching tonight. So, and I think today the team is also performing well. So there are no distraction. They understand, because they know if it's time for me to go to the grounds, I'm there. And I've got the capable teams also in the IT fields where if I'm not there, they know they can do what I cannot do if I'm not there. But every time when I'm there, I'm doing my job.
Coach. Yes, Coach. Velila from SHC here. Just quick question. The way your team played and tried to contain the home team, and you are still battling until the last minute. I'm sure you're proud of them, especially considering some of the key players that you didn't have today. And does this give you an idea of how far this team can go this season? And also, if you can just give us a quick update on the situation of your home ground. What is the update? Are you likely to go back there anytime soon?
I think today, if you check, even our starting 11, we had about 8 DDC players that they came here and imposed themselves. The first 5 games, it's an experiment. We knew that we didn't have a good preseason, and now even when we sit down and look at the 5 game, we say there's a time to experiment. And until we get our best team, I think even these boys, even though we didn't have those important players for tonight, I think those who came in, they really performed well. In terms of the stadium, especially Olympia, I cannot give you the right answer because we've been concentrating on our games. So I don't want to be distracted, especially now and then asking what's happening with our home ground. Until maybe the municipality says something, maybe I will be able to comment on that.
Just to elaborate, to extend on what Bentley asked about the players, how disturbing is it for you not to have the players that could not play here tonight? How much of a reconstruction did you have to go through to have a team that would play the way you wanted them to play without those players?
I think it didn't even disturb us because we knew when we got them on loan that when we play Pirates, they won't play. So we are talking about only one player that has been on the starting 11 for the past 3 games. It's not like the other 2, they've been part of the starting 11. So we always had a plan. We knew Saleh's not going to be part of this, and it never distracted us. He was here today supporting the team because he also knew that he won't play. I think being here also helped them to motivate them to say we can perform, and they really performed tonight.
Coming here to Orlando Stadium, psychologically, did it feel like for you and for the team, like this is the PSL? No disrespect to the other teams playing at Dobsonville Stadium, Lazi or whatever, but this is Orlando Pirates at Orlando Stadium. Psychologically, did it feel like this is the start of the big league?
It was always a dream one day to come here and coach in this beautiful stadium. I was with my GM and assistant coach last season when we were watching Pirates playing Supersport at TN8. I said to him, I want next season to be in this dugout. And it was every player's dream to come here. And I think today we came in and we expressed ourselves, and we're happy. We're not even nervous. So we hope this performance, not only against Pirates, we can take this performance even on the games that are coming.
We'll take the final 3 questions.
Coach, can I ask you, was it deliberate on your part not to buy too many players for the new season? Because conventional wisdom is when you come up to the top flight, you need to strengthen. And we saw Cape Town Spurs 2 seasons ago do very much what you've done here. Not just add 1 or 2 new players and they lost 8 in a row and they're no longer around. So was it a function of budget that you didn't strengthen, or was it your philosophy or your thinking to stick with what you've got?
We've been doing this for the past 15 years. We have been developing players. To us, it's not about even if we get relegated. I mean, we didn't buy the status. We know how we promoted this team. So it's all about giving these young boys a chance. Because if we say we must sign experienced players, where at this Ramosala, your Mabele, your Setlodi are going to get experience. I think these young boys, they promoted this team. They deserve to play here. And I cannot judge them, especially now because we play 4 games. I know even when we started last season in MFC, after 5 games, we had 4 points. But look where we end up. We end up being promoted, so we are not panicking. So it's been our concept to say, let's develop players. We are not going to go to the market and say we want to buy experienced players. It's not a question of budget. It's about giving these boys an exposure, and they've been with Orbit for the past 15 years, not even getting a penny. Now this is their moment to shine. So let's let them shine, and I think they will do that. If we get relegated, it's fine because they are the one that promoted this team.
Can you take us in the final 2?
Hi, Coach. I just wanted to ask from you, maybe conditioning-wise, where do you think your team is? Because like you said, first half was very good, and second half, you dropped a little bit.
I think with the intensity that we're playing, That's why we brought the young boys. We know the young boys will run. I think we started dropping the intensity when we played those experienced players that everybody's talking about. I wish I could have another 4 of those under 23. I know they will keep the intensity that they've kept, especially for the 66 minutes or 60 minutes where we substituted those Todi and Lucky Malachi. Malachi is only 18. When we look at Ramosal, it's only 19. Setlodi is only 22. Jingana is only 22. So Mabel is only 22. So it's a very young team. We've got only Bati who is over age there. But we need to adapt to the intensity. That's why I'm saying this 5 games is an experiment. Now at least with the intensity that we had today, we have performed until 60 minutes. If we can carry it until 90 minutes, then for the next 6 games, I think in terms of match sharpness will be okay. Because I remember we didn't have a good preseason. We only had 2 weeks for preseason. So we are using these 5 games as part of our preseason. We only had 2 friendly games before the league started.
Any takers on the final question?
Coach, just out of interest, personal interest, in one of your interviews you were singing praises of Orlando Pirates management, and you were, sincere the way I looked at you. What's your relationship with the club, and how far have you gone with that, nurturing that relationship with the club?
I mean, if I was not mentored by the Causes family, we won't be here. Those are the people that believe in me when nobody does, when nobody know me, nobody knows about Pogiso. But they were here, especially when we started playing Paris Cup. They say, what you're doing something special, and keep on doing that. So every time when I need advice, I'll call them. And that relationship is still here, because to them, I look them as my brothers. Because in terms of life out of football, I can call them and they always advise me. So that relationship, I value it, because I won't be here if I didn't have those people that believing in me.
Thank you, Coach Pogiso.
Thank you so much.
We'll take a short break and be back with the conversation. Thank you.